The Match Ball.
Well, hello there, and welcome to the show, Michael. Levi's Solicitors.
Yeah, still going.
Office in London, Will's Probate Conveyancing. LeviSolicitors.co.uk/the square ball for a 10% discount on your legal fees. I don't think we're really in the mood for selling, are we, after that? It's now just after 6:30, so game finished some time ago.
I'd quite like to start a will, to be fair to Levi.
Yeah, I think they're the one strong thing London's got to offer. Their London office is guaranteed not to fail. Whereas other things to do with Leeds in London, maybe we've got a bit of a mixed record.
That wasn't much fun, was it then?
I will say it was the best Leeds performance I've seen in a final.
Yeah.
Which is slim pickings, but...
That's interesting, because I didn't go to Doncaster, in a way. So today was my first Wembley Leeds experience, so I was hoping we would win, and I'd be able to go like, I'm the lucky charm, get me every game. So what was different to previous Wembley capitulations?
Well, Leeds are getting hammered a little bit on socials. I don't know if it's just people upset at the result or whatever, people saying we didn't turn up. I don't think it's that we didn't turn up. I thought we started off all right. That first 10 minutes, we looked like we were the brighter... we started more with a brighter team, I thought, out of the two. Then they had that glaring chance about 10 or 15 minutes in, I think. And I kind of went, oh, I didn't like that very much.
Yeah.
But I thought we started all right. And I thought, well, at least we haven't completely gone into our shells and not turned up at all. But then obviously they scored up to 20-something minutes.
Yes.
It felt a bit similar to the Norwich game, where it's like great atmosphere, big energetic start, the players sort of fueled by that, and then...
It wasn't quite as crisp though, was it?
No, well, it felt like because they didn't get anywhere, there was just this big energy. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. When they scored it.
And then they got their foot on the ball, and Southampton got their foot on the ball, and it's like, we're going back to like that thing that's just happened every time we've played them this season, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they've beaten us 3 times now, and you'd have to say, though there was not a lot in it, they had the better chances today. There was the goal they scored, there was the chance in the other first half chance, and there was the one in the second half when they went through and he tried to do the Somerville finish into the top corner. It went over, but they were the better chances. The Dan James chance.
That was the moment, wasn't it?
I don't think it didn't feel like a brilliant chance. I was kind of surprised it hit the bar from it, I have to say, but
He made it better than it was.
Yeah.
Which is kind of...
The XG would be shit on it.
Which is maybe what was missing from the front players, is somebody to make the chances better than they were. So somebody's like, it's not on, but I'm going to hit the bar, or like there's not a chance, or it's close. Or what would be better is, I think the keeper would save this, but I'm going to put it in the net. That would have really helped.
Yeah, it'd be good. After they scored, it just didn't feel like we were ever going to score.
No.
It felt so familiar when they scored.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we're doing
and again,
we're following that script. And then even when James hits the bar, going,
I was going to say, talking about the energy dump, that was the moment, wasn't it? Where it just... And Wembley's weird for that. I think you spoke about this, Michael, in the run-up to it, when we were probably trying to justify why we weren't going to win, why we were scared. And it's a weird ground, isn't it? People say we didn't turn up, but it feels like a draining place to be, doesn't it? Like the acoustics are weird because it's so big and no chance to properly get going, and they kind of just echo around. And
the atmosphere was pretty crap, I have to say.
Yeah.
The atmosphere pre-game was amazing, and then we got in the ground and it was a bit like... nothing really got going.
The atmosphere before the game was good, but because you got the PA just blaring,
yeah, it's
so you can't hear what you think.
That prick at half-time as well. Fuck off, honestly.
Which prick at half-time, what happened?
I just was fucking talking.
It was hilarious, wasn't it?
It was just painful. Someone should have just... He needed like a
TED talk?
He needed the full shepherd's crooks to just drag him down the tunnel. And
who was it?
I don't fucking know.
What was it about?
He was dead annoying.
They went like full podcast, didn't they? Like, we're just going to broadcast the podcast at half-time at Wembley.
So we're going to pick like a 5-a-side team or something.
But then they were doing like a tactical analysis, and everyone was just like, who the fucking hell are you? What's this?
It was really shit.
That was the best.
I'd say like the gallows humour side of all this, like walking back down Wembley Way then to get back here. There's some automated announcements that come out of speakers as you walk down saying, "Thank you for visiting Wembley Stadium," and all the Leeds fans just went, "Fuck off."
That's in fact, there's my half-time note.
He made notes.
Enthusiastic
little C words. Yeah.
Fuck off, he's absolutely awful.
The post-match
And
thing
that's
is
it.
probably. I wasn't at the Watford game, but I've always heard the stories. But yeah, I was outside when I could hear Southampton lifting the trophy, looking at people in Southampton shirts going home, and I was like, I didn't, but I felt like going up to them, going like, let's go back in, enjoy this. Like I would. There's absolutely no way I would have. I tried to even go back in after it was after full time where everybody left. And I went for a piss. And I was like, I'm just going to go and have a look. And I went and had a look and I saw the Leeds players were kind of all standing in front of the Leeds end and Rutter was just like sitting on the floor. And I watched that for a while and I was like, actually, no, I don't want to see this.
I was out before the third peep of the referee's whistle.
Were you like did you see the Southampton player when they whistled for a throw-in and he ran away with his shirt over his head? I was like, no. That wasn't full time. You had to put it back on. So that's one of those annoying things. It's like we would have won so much better than they have won, and they've just made a mess of it. So like it's annoying in those regards. As a football game, yeah, we probably didn't deserve to win that, but as people,
What did you make of it as a game? Because like I say, Wembley strikes me as just a weird place to play football, and it's hard to convey what it's like. Neither team really turned up in the conventional sense. Like we absolutely mullered Norwich the other night, like one-way traffic. But it's not like that in a final at Wembley. It's a little bit more cagey.
It's also possible that Southampton are just a much better team than Norwich.
Yeah,
which the league table would suggest as well. Like we didn't get our own way.
I don't think they're a much better team than us.
No, they're not. It's quite even, I would say.
Yeah.
But they are much better than Norwich. So the other day when we decided to bully Norwich, we were able to do it. And then today, it just didn't happen.
Go on. Sorry.
You had like Somerville and Nonto, and just neither of them got a thing, did they, all day?
No.
Rutter kind of struggled through. He was not terrible.
He had a couple of moments, though.
Pirro was back to his old version of himself.
I think Pirro is a good bellwether for the whole thing because the first 15 minutes I thought he was brilliant. I was like, he's on it. He was like winning the ball, running with it. He looked like he played against Norwich. And then just gradually faded. And then after they scored, I felt like he was gone. Like there wasn't any Pirro after that. And I think that's possibly is the story of the whole thing is the personalities of the players. I keep going back to the fact that they're very young, very inexperienced, and I hoped that the Norwich game, a lot of pressure, big atmosphere, it's all important, would have got it out of their system and then go to Wembley and they just relax. But instead, it was...
Just pleased to let you know that my dad's here, lasted the full 90 minutes, just falling asleep.
Nice snoring there.
Do you want to pop a mic on him? Just to make sure.
It's been a time in a couple of days, like my voice is absolutely hammered. It's just emotional, like I think the emotional run up to this. I think the emotional, the dump is here now, like the adrenaline dump.
How was the atmosphere where you guys were? Because I was in a bit of a corporate situation. Were you in more raucous?
I was in corporate as well, wasn't I?
I'd like to know about the raucousness.
Michael, what do you reckon?
It was rubbish. I thought.
I was. So
I didn't feel like it ever got going.
I think we were louder than Southampton.
Because it's Wembley, it just doesn't carry it. It feels like there was lots of small pockets of stuff starting, but then
it
it
takes
doesn't
a while.
join together.
It takes a while to register, doesn't it?
Or it's just completely drowned out by a PA playing Free From Desire.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying that I hate Wembley, and obviously we're going to say that even more now because we lost, but it is like an airport. It's like an airport in there.
The first half, there was a lot of whenever Southampton had the ball and they were being booed off. I thought that was good. I don't know if that was coming through where you were, but it was definitely from being sitting on halfway, you could tell Leeds had so much possession in the first 20 minutes and it was quiet. And then when Southampton had a bit of possession, there were like really loud boos. And I was like, right, I don't think the Leeds fans did anything wrong. Not that we have much influence, but like I think we brought more atmosphere than Southampton did. But what does that count for when the players on the pitch?
That was Georgie Rutter kept giving it the big "come on" to the fans, and everyone around me was just like, "Just fucking do something then." But that kind of stuff the afternoon.
And the atmosphere. I mean, Southampton fans were, in fairness to them, better than Watford and better than Doncaster fans. And the result of all of these games has been the same. In that we've not scored a fucking single goal in any of them.
That's it.
Still.
So, mate, so what we've learned is that the atmosphere is one factor, but the players really need to score goals and win. That's the key, isn't it? When you go to Wembley, it's like, what's the secret? How do you solve it? I think you score goals,
a goal.
Score some goals and win. I think if we'd scored first, I think we win that game.
No, I agree.
I went down to BBC Radio Leeds from the Peacock on Friday, and they asked me for a score prediction, and I said it'd be 1-0 either way. I felt like it was going to be whoever bagged that first goal was just going to win it. It was going to be a cagey-ish affair. Not cagey, but just very, very closely matched.
It wasn't exciting.
No,
I think that's the thing. The one thing I didn't want today to be was dull, and it didn't really get going in any kind of thrilling kind of way. So we just had to put up with. Once it's settled into that, and once we were behind, I think the vibes went off, didn't they?
Yeah.
But Dan James hit the bar, which I had to be told about. It's weird not being in Elland Road and seeing us playing, because I don't go away very often because if we have to be in the studio to do this. I'm not used to seeing us in a different shape or from a different view, and so I've had quite a hard time processing the things that went on the pitch. Yeah. So when I saw Rob after, he was like, "Oh, Dan James hitting the bar," I was like, "Did he?" But no, now I remember.
And he went off looking like Kisnova or something.
Did anything really go wrong though?
No.
I mean, obviously conceding the goal, yeah. But I mean, in terms of how we played, we just did our usual thing, and it just didn't quite connect at the end. The final ball just wasn't there, and it took us a long time to start putting balls in behind them and trying to turn the defence. Like when Joseph came on, we started trying to turn their defence. But that gave us a little bit of something. And Dan James was then running behind and Jake Anthony as well. But yeah,
I'm surprised he took Somerville off. I have to say.
Yeah, you don't get injured for his transfer, do you?
I thought he might take Rutter off instead, but neither of them were particularly playing well. Yeah. So the goal was weird. I probably had the view that you usually get Moscow rose up in the gods. And you could see Armstrong just stood between our two centre halves and no one marking him. And you sort of thought, well, he must be offside then, I guess. But then they just passed him the ball and he scored. And again, because there was VAR today, you were watching it going, well, is he offside?
Who are you blaming? Because all the players were having a big argument about, they were pointing fingers, but I actually couldn't work out.
Well, I've not seen it back.
Who was the fault, and I haven't seen it back. The replay.
Ampadu stepped out.
Okay, they showed a replay. I also enjoyed the replay of Somerville's yellow card where it cut off. They showed him about to go into the tackle, and then they stopped it on the big screen, and it was like, yeah, he got booked for that. What did he do? I would have liked to see some evidence of this instead of what actually stood out was a picture of Somerville smiling. Yellow card, Crescencio Somerville. Yeah,
looking at the stats, 12 shots to 7 in our favour, 5 off target, 1 for them. They were just more efficient. That's what Farker picked up on in the post match. I don't know if you've seen the comments. But,
nope. What's he said?
Now's not the time to talk about signings or anything like that.
Because everyone's for sale.
Everyone's sad, but yeah, we passed more than them. Whatever. Did we really have any in their box? Not that many.
Yeah.
That's what it came down to in the first half. I felt with them going 1-0 up was we had all the possession and we were doing all the attacking, but we didn't make a single chance. They attacked once and they scored.
Yeah. Which is what you got to do in a final.
And it wasn't even a counter attack. It was just we only have to go forward once and we'll score a goal, whereas we have to go forward 10, 20 times, whatever, to try and make something happen. And I think once we were behind, it was very difficult to. I think that's where the minds went. I think the kids, aren't they? How was what's the views on Archie Gray inheriting his father's status as the youngest Leeds player at Wembley?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God,
did he play well?
That really bookends my 2 Leeds United miserable defeats, doesn't it?
Was he good? Was he bad? I thought he was all right.
There were moments when he got turned a bit.
That throw was terrible.
Yeah, I was just about to mention the fact that really played the hits of Daniel Farkas and the annoyances and during this.
Firpo did a foul throw as well, didn't he? We had 2 foul throws. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, we definitely had 2 against us, and that's a bit much.
I must admit, watching Gray, I thought, we could do a proper right back here, but then we brought sort of the ball went near him.
Well, we went 3 at the back, didn't we, then at one point? Roberts was almost like right wing. And Archie was tucked in behind him on the right hand side of the 3. But shit, innit?
How much blood do we think Daniel James lost over the course of the last 20 minutes? Seemed like quite a lot.
He did look in quite a bad way, didn't he? Because
also,
when that happened, I was yelling at their player for time wasting. Then it turned out they were both quite badly injured. It was like, oh, okay.
But once he was bandaged, I thought he played even better. So maybe that's the secret. Is next time we're at Wembley, we go to each player one after the other and just give them a little tap with a hammer.
He's not had a bandage for ages, isn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe start next season with it.
Every single one of them's got to run out because those scarves that they were giving out at the Norwich game, everybody coming out of that was wearing them around them for it. So there's surely nothing in the rules that says you cannot wear a bandana.
The final scarves were a lot more chucked. From what I saw at full
See the
time.
cascade coming over the top tier,
Fuck off.
Were they for today or were they?
Yeah, they were today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't work out what was going on. Would you have preferred the scarves that the Leeds fans got or the flags that the Southampton fans
I think a little £1 coin that you could throw. Or keep.
What's wrong with the penny? You've changed.
Right. How much have you won today, Mike?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the point.
Plenty.
Yeah, I tried to bet on us to win the game. I normally put on like £5 on Leeds to win for every game, and then I realised that I think at the end of April, for some reason, I bet against us. I laid us to go up, so there was absolutely no point of me putting a bet on us to win because it was just like, no, you actually backed Southampton several weeks ago. So yeah, I guess I've made some money. Drinks on me.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed are you? Do you feel right now?
Weirdly not as deflated as I thought it'd be.
It
It felt so familiar.
About a 6.
Yeah.
Just standard.
I think the bigger picture is next season, Somerville can be sold, Nyonto will probably be sold, it'll be fine. And spend that money on a number 10, a goal-scoring midfielder, whatever we need in central defence if Rodon's not coming back, those kind of things. I think we put this team together in a rush, didn't we?
Yeah.
And if we could now put the next team together, go like, all right, so Glenn Kamara will never shoot. We've learnt this now. There was that great bit in the second half. The guys, he got the ball on the edge of the penalty area about 3 times in 30 seconds. The guy was sitting next to him going, shoot! I was like, he's not gonna shoot. He won't shoot. Look, it's Glenn Kamara. He just doesn't. It's not in his game to shoot. So we've got the opportunities now to go like, right, we've seen everybody. Maybe we buy a goal-scoring midfielder. Maybe we do those little things. We could win the league next season with 100 points, and it won't matter. So it's not quite the same as the Bielsa defeat to Derby because that had such a, it had Bielsa.
Wild, wasn't it?
And it was Bielsa. So you knew we had this kind of otherworldly manager was taking us through this. Daniel Farker is solid. And the thing is, solid should be enough. So next season, tweak the team, get what we actually want instead of what we ended up with, win the league, do a Leicester thing, win it by 20 points, and then worry about how horrible the Premier League is then. It's another season without VAR. So upsides, another season without VAR. We get 46 games instead of 38.
It's too many.
It's too many.
I know it's too many. I'm trying to find the upsides.
And 2 cup games.
Yep.
Don't rule out the 2 cup games.
We get another. We could come to Wembley again.
No.
Another playoff final.
It's expensive.
What's the other option?
Shit.
FA Cup final. We're not going to get to the FA Cup final. Carabao maybe, but yeah, we could come to Wembley again and win.
I'm going to petition for it to be bulldozed.
Would anybody notice? How did you? I suppose you've been to the new Wembley before with Donny.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No,
I didn't much like the old one really. I had more of a sense of magic for the old one because it looked like the stuff I'd grown up looking at.
It's where Bobby Moore lifted.
Exactly, and all that.
The Jules remake.
Where is this? What's even happened?
What's even gleamed in that stadium?
Nothing.
Even the Southampton fans didn't hang around to see anything gleam.
When those people broke into it, they should have just torn the place down.
So we've got
it's a real damning indictment on our broadcasting how asleep your dad is.
Yeah.
Should we give it a go?
Might as well go back and try and tear it down.
Get back in.
Yeah. Have we got anything else to add? Then I can just call this a day. Go on. Go on. We're going on until tomorrow.
I'm going to look at my notes because I'm a professional.
Yeah, tell me about the game. I didn't really. I didn't feel like a lot happened. We were just very good.
Some stuff happened, and we just weren't quite good enough.
We were good. Then
That's
they
what I was going to
scored.
ask Farke. People online on the internet have been saying that Farke should go because he failed.
He didn't
What
fail.
do you say to that?
Nah.
What's the point?
Right, okay, fine. Stick with it. Good.
The thing is, who are you going to get that's better at getting us out of the Championship than Daniel Farke? He's done it. So he's done it twice with Norwich. This season, he's done 90 points. It's fine.
Really?
There's not a big problem. I don't think Daniel Farke's. I don't think we can hope for better. Well, we could hope for better. We could hope Bielsa came back, but realistically, because everyone's always like, oh, we want an expert at promotion, which is Neil Warnock, Paul Heckingbottom, Chris Wilder.
Steve Bruce?
Steve Bruce, he knows how to get out of it. Daniel Farke knows how to get out of it. He did enough this season.
Vincent Company? Oh, no.
I mean, that's the other thing, is that the managerial market has gone mental.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to play manager roulette, or are we just going to go, okay, Farke's a bit... He's not perfect.
There are frustrations with him, aren't there? And
But there's frustrations with everyone.
I think they're legitimate frustrations.
There's
in the way we
frustrations
play
with everyone. I
sometimes.
mean, Manchester City lost the FA Cup final yesterday, and I thought, what the fuck's Pep playing at? You never... and then Ten Hag won the FA Cup, and he's going to get sacked. So the one good thing in Daniel Farke's favour is that beautiful shoulder-length hair. If there is the slightest hint that he's going bald, sack that fucker immediately.
Farke? I think
Yes.
there's a little bit of thinning.
Well, then, right, you can go.
Okay.
I feel like Moscow needs to go back to the pub, don't you?
I don't know. I feel like
It's
this,
great seeing out in the wild and all that. It's been a lovely day again. I mean,
I think this is good analysis. If the fucking manager starts losing his hair, sack
the
him.
ball.
yeah. Tell you what, let's just call it a day, and we will get back together sometime Tuesday or something. Have a natter about this again, and then put it all to bed.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Speaking of putting to bed.
Cheers for joining us on this one. We'll see you in a bit.
The Match Ball.